After a long night of working, my shift finally ended. It was quite late at night, and I immediately noticed a storm was coming. I didn't want to deal with the rain, so I quickly walked towards my usual bus stop, hoping to catch the last bus of the day. Luckily, I came right before the bus left the station, and hopped onto the bus just as the first raindrops started to fall. Shortly after boarding, the bus suddenly came to a halt. I looked outside and was shocked to see two men waving down the bus in the middle of the rain. I could see that the bus driver was pretty reluctant to pick the men up, since they weren't waiting at the original stop. However, he felt bad, so he let the men in. Once these men were on board and I got a better look at them, I was surprised to find out that there were actually three men. There was a man with long, messy hair in the middle, held between the two men I initially saw. I looked at them for another second and realized that their faces were much whiter than a normal person's, but I just thought that the light was playing tricks on me. It was pretty dark, so I didn't see what they were wearing other than business tops. At the same time, the atmosphere of the bus suddenly became chilly, but I shook my head and thought that I was imagining things. Slowly, one by one, passengers got off, leaving me, the bus driver, an old man, and the three strangers alone on the bus. Everything was quiet until the old man suddenly stood up and abruptly accused me of stealing his wallet. I was pretty tired and didn't want to deal with him, but that claim slowly resulted in a heated argument. The quarrel was resolved when the old man insisted me and him get off the bus and go to the nearest police station. Once we got off the bus, I realized that we were in the middle of nowhere, and there was no police station in sight. Before I could throw a fit, the old man proceeded to tell me something extremely disturbing.
Young lady, I just saved your life.
He continues.
While the man was stepping into the bus, and the wind was still blowing, I noticed that they had no feet.
I didn't really believe him, since the idea of ghosts was extremely crazy, but what could I do? He's clearly out of his mind, so I signed and called to a taxi so we could part our ways. On the following morning, as I was watching the news, I saw the most unbelievable thing. The bus which I rode on yesterday was found burned up in a forest a few miles away from its final destination. Inside, the police found two heavily decomposing bodies. One was identified as the bus driver, and the other one was an unidentified body with lengthy, unkempt hair. Later on that day, there were more rumors that sent chills down my spine. Some people said that the police found blood instead of normal gasoline inside the gas tank. Others said that those bodies were so decomposed, it's impossible that the accident just happened last night. I'm just grateful for the old man who helped me. I'm never taking the last bus again. Ever.